I'm making this video mainly because I want to watch it over and over and over again. Is to make sure I'm processing this correctly. It's just a thought regarding our identity or character development, or sort of, anyway, just my thought. It seems obvious to me that the identity dissociation, or the need to be someone, or the need to find your place in the world, starts in your teen years. Maybe not so much. Let's say 18. You start to develop your sense of self. You're like, oh shit, this is me in the world. Depending on what you collected from your birth to age 18 or whatever, that would be your small cup of poison that you constantly take, because that's why you were programmed to be that person. But you are exploring outside of your own you're exploring yourself outside of yourself with the society that surrounds you, and you're expected to behave a certain way, and you're expected to be this and that and that and that. But because of that poison you've taken constantly, you're not sure if society is going to accept you for who you've become through the ingestion of that poison. And then some people, depending on how their circle is arranged, or depending on how prepared for life they are, or depending on how it goes for them, right? It's all about, it takes into account a lot of socialization, a lot of education, a lot of family, there's a whole lot that can fit into that cup that you constantly take and take and take and take. Some people can switch it up, and then they start learning new ways to be, and stop taking the poison that they've been taking, because they realize that it's not helping them. But some of us don't get it. We don't know what's happening, because it's not really presented to us in a way for us to understand. It's just presented to us as an objective, as a something to look forward to, but it's not something that we can accomplish ourselves right now. We're always looking someone else's approval, but so that our future self can be happy. Not right now. We're uncomfortable for who we are. And then I think I'm screaming at my neighbors, but this thought is sitting with me for a while. So you are, as Freud would say, from birth to age 7, you are who you are, and that is almost your blueprint of who you are. You right. So I'm not really catching myself. From age 7 until 18, you start to explore outside of the safety of your mom. I mean, some people don't are not able to. I've seen this, and I'm that case too. Not able to live life without protection from family. So we learn with time, right? But that is our programming, because from birth to age 7 or whatever, we are our parents' responsibility. We are attached to the umbilical cord, because and it's good, it's safe. But this is where it becomes tricky. If you don't allow if you don't give your child the responsibility to be their own person, and not just to please you, but to be like, I don't like this, I'm not okay with what you're doing, mom, dad, I'm not okay, and you accepting that and not forcing it on them, you develop in them a sense of individuality, a sense of you are someone, you're an individual, you're someone that can do things by yourself. You can do things by yourself. You can tie your shoes, you can put your seatbelt on, you can do all these things by yourself. You don't need mom or dad. And then as you grow, you learn these things, and you start catching on to these things, and you put more practices, you learn new things, you engage with the world that surrounds you a little better, because you're independent. Sometimes this nest of protection, or this psychological protection for individuals' development is broken. Sometimes, in most cases, is a broken family, a broken something in the development of this individual got so fucked up in that their minds right now, it's not like, it's still processing that event. It takes them a while to from that event to continue on, because it's you weren't prepared for that, right? And there's no way to be prepared for that. And of course, you start as a child. If you wanted to prepare yourself, let's say, although there's no preparation for anything, if you were to be prepared for something, you would be given that responsibility to be that individual, given that privilege to be that individual. So 18 comes along, you start noticing your individuality, and you surpass it, or you keep on stuck with what experience happened in the past, because you're still processing it. You're not conscious that you're processing this, because it just happens, because you're trying to forget. You're trying to not think about what happened. So subconsciously, your mind is still working on that. I'm not what things that you would say would be, I'm not worthy of this, or I'm not ready for all this. I'm not prepared. I'm not this. I'm not that. I wasn't taught. I'm not lucky. I'm not. My family sucks. I'm this person. I'm an individual, but I am this person, and I suck. This self-sabotage that you're not worthy. You would have to face that on your own terms. You would have to, if you really want to advance, you would have to face that. The sooner the better, but there's no rush for any of this. The more you rush it, the worse it's gonna get. You take your time, and you learn with it. You will find your individuality. You will find that which you've lost through any event that caused you to forget, because you were so busy processing the event. You'll make it through. You'll make it through, even if you were not prepared, even if your childhood wasn't really all that, even if the things were not stacked in your favor, you're gonna make it through. People take people take a while. Some people don't even make it to accept and to grow. Some people are just really stuck. They get into drugs, they get into alcohol, they get into all these things that are meant to forget, to rewire the brain somehow. And it works because now you're not focused on whatever is painful. You're focused on the high. Like, next is gonna be a high. I'm probably broke right now, but I'm gonna get high. And that is your heaven. For that moment, you feel like you've earned heaven, at least in this form. And when you come back from heaven, at least you've earned hell. You know what to expect. You've earned it. Now, I'm not an addict, and I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly. I don't know, but I've been high before. I've been drunk. I've been, I don't do anything crazy, but like, I've been places, right? In your head, you go places when you take these things, depending on what you take. And I'm not. I don't know. I don't take anything serious. But the more you hide, the more you try to forget, the more you try to abandon yourself, the harder it becomes. And you can't hide in drugs, you can't hide in alcohol, you can't hide in being busy. Like, you want to get I'm lazy. I don't do shit. Like, I'm cool not doing anything. But like, sometimes I'm desperate. I'm like, I have to be doing something. Like, I have to be active doing something. Sometimes I just chill and do my thing, but because I don't see myself being exhausted, I'm like, what am I doing? What I'm doing now is probably not even worth it. I should be working. I should be exhausted at the end of the day, but I'm more exhausted of doing nothing than of doing what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm in a rant right now.